All right, we'll get started. So, hello everybody. Hi, hello to Liz. Hello Italia. Thank you for stopping by. I hope everyone is having a lovely day at the moment, wherever you are, whatever time it may be it the morning that 6 p.m. or 4 a.m. Time zones. They're crazy. So today I'm going to be doing some art, but I do want to start by saying just sorry for not streaming on Saturday. Wasn't having a good time. Like, nothing bad was happening, it was just a bad day. So I was like, yeah, no, what if I just don't? So instead of streaming, I just played Minecraft for 5 hours. And that was good. So at the very least, I had fun. Even though I felt bad for not streaming, because I do like streaming. It's a nice little bit of fun, and it's an excuse to chill. Well, to an extent, anyway. It's something of an excuse to chill. But, I was like, no, I need to take a day out. And so I did. That might happen more frequently going forward, just because it's I just had my uni break. There was in the middle of a trimester, there's a week off. So I just had my week off, and now it's second half of trimester 2, and this should be my last try of uni for this degree, so it's kind of hectic sometimes. So we might end up having a couple of streams get cancelled every now and then, but that's okay. It's fine. So today, what we'll be doing, or what I will be doing rather, is working on the piece of art before thee, which is technically not relating to my normal world building stuff, because this is actually a homework thing. This is a homework thing. But I did figure out that I can sort of tie it in, because I like the idea that I had behind it. So I was like, hey, this works. So there is some world building involved. It's just that I mostly drew it before I thought about it. It'll mostly just be me attempting to figure out how the hell Photoshop works, because I don't usually use Photoshop for art. So I'll be like, how do I do the stuff that I normally want to do? And it'll be big spooky. I think what I'm gonna need to do is basically just... Oh, shit. I'd like to... No, I wanted to... I used to know how to do this too. I used to know how to make the thing the fancy. It's basically nope, no. It's fine. We'll do this the long way. Merge layers. Control C. Control V. Boing. Cool. So now I have a still image. I'll use that instead. I like my life a little bit easier. What are you all working on today? Oh, whoop. As I ask, a raid! Welcome, raiders. Welcome, Siobhan and friends. I hope you all had a lovely time. Stay true. I hope you all had a lovely time with Siobhan writing her novel. Hope that the progress is going well on that. Since you all just popped in, basically what I'm doing for this stream is I'm literally doing homework, but it's cool. I think it's cool. I think that the art I'm doing for my homework is cool. So I figured, hey, I'll stream it. Because I'm not running out of articles to work on. I do have articles in TU Amara that need progress. No music? Uh-oh. Is the music broken again? No, music shouldn't be broken. This is just really quiet music. Hold on. No, just low? You want me to... I'll bump it up a little bit. Okay, so I bumped it up a little bit. That should make it a little bit louder. Just a little bit. Because I can't hear the volume, obviously. I'm not doing the Flash Challenge, no. Because I really don't like writing creatures. I just don't. And so, you're always like, okay, write about a pollinator. And I was like... I don't really want to write about bees, but the answer would be bees. That's just the answer. The answer in TU Amara is bees. and I don't want to write about bees. So I decided I just wasn't gonna do the flash challenge. I'm just like, ugh. Because the creatures of my world are basically just standard. It's more the everything else going on, like the actual, like some of the physical environments and like the countries involved and stuff. That's more where my focus is in world building, is like the characters and the countries that they're from and how those intersect, like geopolitics. That's my shit. Bees, yeah, bats. There are multiple pollinators, but I'd want there to be something unique about them, and I'm just not interested enough in animals to know what to change to make them interesting to me. So I'm just like, eh. So I decided not to do the flash challenge. I did think about it. It was a process of going, do I want to? I don't know. I just kind of went, eh. The setting of my world doesn't quite allow for as much of the cool stuff as perhaps that would be helpful for this. Having said that, there is I do technically now have a sci-fi setting lying around, or a science fantasy setting rather, and I could possibly write something for that, but that would make the literal first article of that setting be like space bees, and I don't know how I feel about that. So I went, eh. What if I don't? And besides, I have homework to do, so I figured I should do at least some of it. Now I should scroll up because I did miss a little bit. Because Tillers is still working on the Infinity sheet, the fancy sheet. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. You won't be able to see it because it'll be behind my thing. I'll just have a quick look and see. Oh yeah, ooh, that is very fancy. I did see that briefly in the Stat Blocks channel. Stat Blocks are wild. I don't get them. They confuse me. Confuse poor brain. Italia is actually at work. Yeah. It's work. And you're gonna write about hummingbird dragons? Ooh, nice. And then Bob's gonna write about the plight of the Fae who tend to the bees and other pollinators. Ooh, that is very cool. See, a lot of people who are doing that challenge have really creative ideas for it. I don't. I don't. So I'm just like, eh. I'll leave it to y'all to have fun writing about your really cool fantasy creatures, and I'll just, I'll chill. I will chill. Is that the color I want? Wait, oh no. This needs to be lowered significantly. Ooh, hey. Oh, no. Hey. Damn it. It needs to go above, I think. Which will make it annoying. That, or it needs to go below. It might need to go below. Let's figure something out. There we go. Okay. Ooh, 1,118 words last night. That's a nice chunk of words. That's a good chunk of words. Everyone getting all their work done. I'm like, oh. I have so many assignments I'm supposed to do. I'm just like, oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, I'm not used to using Photoshop. I'll get so confused by all this. Yeah. That's probably not how that's not how an eyebrow bone works. Creature's one of your absolute loves to create, so she's up your alley. Yeah, and like, we all have specialties, and it's really interesting to see everyone's really cool creatures for the little flash challenge. It's just that unfortunately that is not my strong suit, so I'm just like, eh. Like, I mean, for the 2 creature prompts or species prompts for the summer camp, my answers were bears but big, and crabs that poop diamonds. And the latter was definitely the more interesting of the 2. But the issue is that most of the creatures I have in the world are basically just thing but big. Like, there's a previous summer camp I wrote about the King Thalwi, which are just big pangolins, like, big enough to ride. Like, rideable pangolins. And that's kind of neat, but they really don't matter. So I was like, well, neat. They exist now. They're in the setting. They will never come up. But they're there. Well, they might. I might have a spot to bring them up. So I'm like, eh. I don't know if the article's good. I honestly do not remember if the article was actually good about the pangolins. I'm just like, what? Well, I'm surprised I remember their names, because I really shouldn't. Because that is one of the big primo fantasy gibberish names that I've come up with. Like, it has a meaning, but it's like, it just sounds. Odds are high it's not one of my best. The King Talloway article. It's fine, I'm sure. I'm sure it's fine, but, you know, there are better articles present, even on my side as a whole. Yeah. I struggle with creatures at times and to finish my Fae article, and then about 7. Ooh, yeah. I need to actually write the article about humans, because I haven't done that yet. I have an article titled Human. Haven't written for it yet. And then I have an article for elves, but it is severely outdated and needs I think a complete rework, because since it was written, I doubled the size of the setting and have like 3 extra groups of elves that need to be put in there. 3, you know, there's like 7 of them, but like, you know, 3. 3 prime groups of them, which is like the Shianhole elves, the big Spire boys, and the other guys. So that needs to be fixed. And then there's also the merfolk article, which I haven't even touched, and I've only mentioned the merfolk, I think, twice. I've mentioned them twice. Like, they're in the introduction article where I'm like, yeah, merfolk exist. And then I think they're mentioned in the plague article, because they're the ones who have the cool abilities, what cure the plague sometimes. And then after that, I don't think they're actually mentioned. Wait, no, hold on. Intro, plague, and then there's another article where they are mentioned, I think, once. Maybe technically twice, depending on how you count the bits of it. I think I managed to do a total of 4 or 5 creatures for this summer camp, even though there are only 2 actual prompts about it. That is pretty impressive. I always had the thing where a lot of people are like, oh, you know, I wrote 1 article and now I have 10 more. I've never done that as much as everyone else seems to have, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. Or maybe I'm doing it right, and maybe I've just done, I'm escaping. I'm avoiding the curse. I think I'm going to separate this one out, actually. I'm going to put the hands on separate layers. This is head. And this is the... Technically that's the left hand, but also that's the right hand for my brain go poof. Oop. I wish Photoshop would just paste it where it was. It knows. It knows where it came from. Just put it back. Just put it back where it came from. So help me God. Oop. Oh God. That's a big eraser. Why did I have such a huge eraser? When did I last use Photoshop? Yeah, well. I think, like, I think part of the reason that I find creatures so difficult is that the setting that I've made is basically, it's fairly generic fantasy, and the only unique creatures is dragons. That's it. Like, that are actually important and have a lot of, like, relevance to the setting culturally and everything. So I'm like, yeah, I guess there are probably, like, some neat, like, birds, but, like, do they matter? Not really. They don't really make a difference. Like, even with the gem crabs that I wrote about for summer camp that I really enjoyed writing, I quite liked the gem crab article. They don't really have a purpose narratively, in as far as the setting is built for narrative. I don't know. It's all complicated. The world building is hard. Main species articles, humans, elves, etc. are pretty much governed by my RPG rules. The ethnicities, heritages are much more creative in how they fit into the world. Oh yeah, and that's always a fun thing, is how to sort of play with that. That's definitely where the most variety comes in for even my elves, because my elves are fairly standard. In fact, they're probably more boring than normal, because like normally elves are like, they live for like 200 years. My elves live for maybe like an extra decade over humans. which means they lived to maybe 100. It's like, that's pretty impressive for the time period, but also it's not really much to write home about, is it? They're basically just humans, but they come from somewhere else. But the cultures that they bring with them is where more of the diversity happens. Like how there's a group of elves that, because of how they've been treated by one of the major human cultures in the setting, are very much not fans of humans overall, because they've been severely mistreated, and they feel like, just doesn't work for them. So there's like them and how they're a really warrior, like they have a very warrior-centered culture as a result of that, because they've had to continue like fighting for everything, so they've just kept that culture even after humans stopped being a threat to them. And then there's like the Shanhol elves, which are just a bunch of cool monster hunters, and I'm like, you rule. You're cool. There's variety in the cultures that they bring rather than the actual species itself. Yeah. You'll find a way to get them into your story somehow. Yeah, exactly. You'll find a way. I'm sure I'll find a way if I have to. Like the Kintalwi, now that I think about it, I can make them relevant to at least one of the narratives in the setting that I have at the moment, which is, I have a couple. None of them have anything written for them, but they exist. But I think I could fit them in, like, incidentally. So that's neat. Mainly because that part of the setting doesn't have dragons in it. Boo. No dragons. What a shame. Left hand. Goddamn. Eh. Oh, I hate drawing hands so much. How is this hand even working? Oh no. Oh, I'm lost again. Where's my reference image? Oh no, I moved it. Oh shit. I moved everything later. So that goes... Yeah, okay, sure. That makes sense. Sure it does. Yep. I need a rock or two, they matter. I'm realizing I don't actually know what a rock is, like an ROC key. An ROC rock. I don't know what a rock is. My brain went immediately to bird people, but I don't know how, like, unintelligent that sounds to say bird people. But I do not have bird people. I only have humans, elves, merfolk, and dragons. Those are like the 4 like sentient races. The 4 mega smart, clever people. It's a very large bird capable of carrying off a full-grown African elephant. God damn. Can I fit that in anywhere? That's rough. Damn it, there is actually a country that has a thing for birds, but that bird is supposed to be small. That said, have not written about that bird, so mostly because it's really difficult to do. So if I actually write about that bird at some point, I might decide to make that bird big. Make it a big rock-sized bird. Which is probably a better fit for it than like making the patron like bird of like an entire empire be like a raven, which is basically what it was. Like, ravens are cool, but that wasn't really the vibe of the bird that was present. It wasn't even meant to be smart, it was like a justice thing. I'm like, yeah, big bird probably makes more sense, doesn't it? Right, Arabian Nights mythology. That would explain it. I am not particularly well versed in Arabian Nights stuff. Okay, so, alright. I have to clarify. The birds are not hard to write about. I've written about birds. The reason this specific species of bird is difficult to write about is because the name of the bird, right? The birds are called savals. S-A-V-A-L. Saval. The issue is, the only reason I know that there's a bird called a saval is because I named a character after them. And her name is just Saval. She does not have a surname. So there's already an article in World Anvil titled Saval that relates to a specific character. So I'm like, well, shit. How do I then make an article about Saval the bird and not get extremely confused? Confuse myself and my audience at any point, so I'd have to think about maybe how to mess with it. Her article needs an update anyway, but it's like, you know, there's bits going on. There's bits attached to it. The birds of Saval. No, well, no, the character is named after the bird. They're not her birds. Like, there's no, it's complicated. They're literally just birds. They're just normal birds that happen to be big. And she's named after them because it's like a code name thing. Like, you know how you would name like a kid eagle? Or like a girl raven? Her name is Saval. She's named after birds. But she's only got one name because of like crime shit. So it's like, oh no. How do I tie that? I don't know. If I might have to look into it when oh, that's the wrong setting. When World Ember hits, I might possibly write about Saval birds. It depends. I haven't decided what I'll be doing for World Ember yet. Because like for summer camp, I focused on a specific region, and the Saval birds are not from that continent. So it's a bit of a, I wonder. Oh, this is going to be a, oh, God, I hate trying to fill stuff in. How do I make it go? That's how I make it go. Okay, you just hit it twice. Never mind. You just hit it twice and it goes. Okay. I didn't realize it would just be that simple. Yeah, I don't use Photoshop enough to know how the hell Photoshop works. I've been using Sci for like a decade, so I'm like, well, not a decade, but a long time. So I'm like, how does Photoshop work again? Okay, so I have a head, a hand, and a hand. That's not a lot of progress, but it is progress. I probably should actually put deselect for Windows as Control D. I wasn't trying to deselect. What I was trying to do was basically fill. And like the thing that Photoshop does when you do like, if I, like it, you know, when you put the paintbrush, it doesn't, it has that dumb border. But I didn't realize that if you just paintbrush a second time, it fills. So, now I know. Yeah, that's how you can differentiate the Saval birds for Saval. True, I have to, yeah, think about it. I'll have to think about it, because it is complicated with that, so I'll see. Okay, so this homework is for a class about, and I quote, professional practice in design. And the reason that I'm making it is because we're basically making like pages to advertise ourselves. Like we're making like a LinkedIn page and then like a Twitter page and like a Instagram, I think is what I was doing. And what they want us to do is like, you know, make all the bios, do all the SEO business shit. And also make like one new image that is like, you know, relating to what we're trying to brand ourselves as. And because I'm ostensibly a character designer, I thought I would just do a character thing. And so I'm drawing some fantasy character art because that's what I would be employed for. Ideally, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, make folders for each region. Yes. Yeah, that is what yes. I do kind of have that to an extent. I need to actually do more work on that front. But it's more in the sense that because like, you know, if I keep the naming of articles consistent, they probably would be just called Saval birds actually, so that probably makes sense. I might be okay if I just call them Saval birds, because then it's not a matter of two unrelated or mostly unrelated articles both being called Saval. I'm like, But if I think it would just be Saval birds actually. Let's put this in red for a second. That is it on multiply? It is on multiply, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Just popping in a really quick shadow, just so I know where the chin ends. That's what I usually do. Even if that's probably not going to be the actual shadow at the end. Oop, dang it. I got confused again. Shins. Shins are hard. But that, like, functions for the minute. Because it does at least look like a person. And at least one of those hands looks mostly like a hand. Yeah. Yeah. I have 2 articles in summer camp named Tannerus. Second I added 2 too. Yeah. It's a matter of just trying to differentiate them depending. And that was one fun thing for those 2 articles that were linked. Like the item and the myth? Tradition? Myth. The 2 that were tied together, like the prompts 1 and 2 of summer camp, was that I was like, okay, these probably just have the... I would mostly just be combining them, yeah, I would combine them. If I was writing about, you know, the scepter of Naotahid and its history and, like, the myth attached to it, I would just put them in the same article. But I had to separate them and give them different names so that I could differentiate them. But I'll be leaving them as is. But yeah, combining them is probably, for some of the prompts, probably a good idea. So that's skin, that's shading. So that I know what that is. Then, next, we should do the face, which is gonna be a bitch. I really want to get Clip Studio Paint, but I haven't gotten it yet, because it was on sale and then my bank wouldn't do the transfer, and I was like, just give me my money. Put my money in my PayPal, and they're like, no. And I'm like, but it's my money, and they're like, no, we're gonna take, like, a week and a half. I'm like, shit. Just very, very annoying. But, so unfortunately I don't have Clip Studio Paint yet. I really like it, because I don't have to pay a subscription. I mean, I'm not paying a subscription right now, because I got this through my uni, because they were like, hey, for this professional practice class, we want you to make a video. And it's like, how am I supposed to make a video if I don't have an editing software? And they're like, don't worry about it. Here's a copy of the Adobe suite, but only until like October. And I'm like, well, all right. I will do my best. I will take advantage of this. Alright, see you, Siobhan. Have fun lurking. Lurking is fun. Oh god, I'm not good at art. Why did I mix my profession? Ostensibly. Oh god. At least I'll be memery later, because I will get bored and I will switch to memes, which is the second file up here is Meme Town. Memes will occur, because I have to tell people about the story of how my D&D party murdered a dude. But like, in a way we really did not intend to. It was very good. It was a very, very good time. And it took like 20 minutes to do. Because the DM kept going, are you sure? And we're like, yeah, we're sure. And it's like, are you sure? Sure. Yes. Yes, we're positive. He's like, are you... You need to understand, party. You were about to kill your druid. It's like, we're positive. It's like, oh god. It was a good time, but it was, you know. So I'm gonna do a meme about it, because I feel like it needs to be immortalized forever. And then I'll be putting it in our club Discord, like, bros. We've immortalized the memes. The memes. Like, I could do it the really simple way of just, like, picking an image and just putting text on it, but what if I just redrew an image? You know? I'm supposed to be an artist. This is my calling. It only makes sense. This is Popple. Yes. Yes, we did. We did indeed kill a party member. Which is bad. But it was very, very funny. Okay. It was... A lot happened. A lot happened in that game. Well, not much happened until the very end, when everything happened at once. It was a lot. It was very good, though. Like, I mean, it's bad for the party that we killed a party member, but, yeah, I mean, like, it was funny. Oh, yeah, different shading color. I'm getting confused. The player was present, yes. It was a whole thing. there was a discussion. It took, because we committed to an action, and the GM was like, "Are you sure?" And we kept going, "Yes, it'll be funny. Let's do it." And then he's like, "I don't think you understand. You're about to kill the character." And we're like, well, we have kind of already done the roles for it. It's a bit late for that. So, we didn't go into it intending to kill him. I should make this clear. We did not go into it with the intention of killing the druid. The intention was to play football with the druid. But things rapidly got out of hand. I need to pick a different shading color. It's gonna get in the way. Let's just pick maybe blue. God damn it. I don't usually shade with multiply. A lot happened. A lot was happening at the time. It will all be explained in the meme session. Which I guess can start now, but I'd like to try. I want to get this eye done first. Which will take ages, because I hate doing eyelashes. They're bad. Maybe it's just that I need to do a different shading method. What if I just do the half? We'll cut the half. There we go. We'll cut the half. We don't know. We do not know. The DM also does not know. He was having to, he had scheduled a discussion with the player, like, you know, to figure out what to do, because, so, the way that our campaign works, it's technically more of a one-shot, but it is like a campaign, because we've been playing it since April, is we're doing arena combat, where every week we come back and we fight a different fun collection of monsters as a party. And he has plans for what's going to happen when we hit level 20, because we level up each week. And he was like, please don't change your characters from now on, right? Because we want to keep a consistent party for the end game, for like all the fun shit he has planned. And then we killed a character. So now he's like, no, he was not upset. He was not. Like, in a sense, it does suck. It sucks to lose a character, no matter what the circumstance is. Because it's like, aww. And he liked the character a lot, but the circumstance was hilarious. So, you know, I'll actually just, hold on. The second I finish this goddamn eyelash, we're gonna switch to the meme page. 1 second. Is that an eyelash that works? Oop. That is an eyeball. Okay, hold on. We'll switch to the meme page, because this, if I switch to the meme page, I can explain with imagery how this works. So, ignore the golfer for a second. This is the character who is he caused this. He caused this. So what happened was, we're in an arena, right? We're in a big, hold on, I'll turn off the golfer. We're in an arena. There's 5 of us. And so there's like this jackal dude, and there's a druid. And the druid is a fire elemental at the moment, right? He's wild shaped into a fire druid form. And so the jackal dude, this dude, Puppy Man, is the last man alive, and we're planning to kill him. So what we decide to do, or rather what the ranger decides to do, he's like over here somewhere. He's actually on like a chariot, but like he's over here somewhere. He uses what's called a bead of force. And basically what it does is it pops everything in like a 10 feet radius in like a hamster ball, right? So he pops this bead of force and he sticks the fire elemental druid and the jackal dude in a hamster ball. Now, one of the properties of the hamster ball that the bead of force creates is it only weighs 1 pound, regardless of what's inside. So the jackal probably weighs like 100 pounds or some shit, but the ball only weighs 1 pound. It is light as a feather, you can toss it around. And so, what this character, who is our monk, this is our monk character over here, his name is Fiven. What the monk decides to do is he decides to use, like, he has like a cloak that lets him cast Magic Missile. He casts Magic Missile at level 5 on the ball with the intention of making it fly. And so what happened was the ball, like this is the arena, the ball goes rocketing up into space and fucking disappears. We send the ball just flying into space. It hits some kind of barrier and disappears, and all of our memories got wiped, and we don't remember that it happened. We don't remember doing this. We think that the druid died in combat, that he fell fighting these jackals or this mummy, but we literally, like, we yeeted the druid into space, and he got, like, disappeared off of the plane. Like, he's just gone. And it was, because we're all just like, you know, we're like, oh, we're gonna play like football with it, right? And then he goes, I want to hit it as high as it can go. And the DM's like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I was like, no. You're going to kill the druid if you do this. No. Okay, well, I already did my role. We've committed, and whoop. There he goes. He just disappears. So that was a really fun half hour of us trying to figure out how we wanted to kick around the big hamster ball, and then if we actually wanted to kill the druid, and then the druid died. And he's upset because he likes his druid, but he also thought it was fucking hilarious because he was there. So he was having fun with that. But now he'll be talking to the DM, and they'll be deciding how to move forward, whether he's allowed to just bring back his character but with a different name, or if he just needs to re-roll completely, or if we'll find a way to resurrect him. I had options. We talked about it. I was like, well, you know, I have divine intervention as a cleric. I could possibly, you know, ask Moradin, hey, can we revive our fallen comrade who fell honorably on the battlefield? I failed the roll, unfortunately, but I was planning to keep doing that. So, that'd be fun. Okay, so, yeah. So the last character death at the end was a habitual no-show. Party was fed up, so she got green slimed in her sleep in a cabin dungeon. They stood around and watched her dissolve. Oof. Because that's just killing off a character who isn't there. The druid was definitely there, and definitely a presence who was helping win the battle. So, it was a lot. It reminds me of my I've cast Fireball down a shaft with like 3 of our players in there. They were very crisp. Oh no. And then remember they were carrying, oh no. She was carrying the loot and she got dissolved. We didn't lose any loot because we haven't been looting. It's not been an issue for us. But you know, we lost the druid, which sucks because they've been doing quite a lot of good work. So, yeeting the character was a GM choice. No, yeeting the character was this character's choice. Fiven over here wanted to yeet the character. The character then disappearing from the face of reality was the GM's choice. That was what the GM decided was the stakes of the arena. Like, the thing keeping us in this arena is that it's surrounded by a barrier that deletes us off the face of the earth if we touch it. That's the GM's choice. This character decided to yeet it. We didn't know this going in. We were just playing around. Because we knew that you could go up to 100 feet up, because the monk had cast reverse gravity at some point in the past. So we knew you could go up to 100 feet above the arena and not disappear. So this character decided to do a scientific experiment. And then we killed the cleric. We killed the druid. Which is unfortunate, but it's fine. Because it means I get to have fun drawing this character. I did not draw this art, by the way. I don't know who G. Finkel is, or Finzel. I'm not sure who that is, but that's the artist. I'm just using it as the reference image because I'm going to draw Fiven. This is the druid, and this is the character yeeting him into space. This is my purpose. This is my plan. This is the ultimate plan. I'll have impact font, obviously. But I figured I could just put some text over, like, the image of the Pokemon trainer throwing Pikachu in the air. But what if I drew it instead, you know? I feel like that's more fun. He doesn't have a golf club, but it's fine. It's totally fine. So, God, 5 pixel. Alright, how is your hair, dude? Is that a ponytail, dude? That's a ponytail. Okay, he has a ponytail. Alright, we've got it. You can do this. Yeah. Let's get some of that golf action. I want to make that like 50. Just so I can actually see my lines. They don't have to be good. We're literally just memeing. Then ears. Pointy boy ears. We'll deal with the hands later. Okay, so that's that. Then there's this, and then now it's his armor time, which means it's a cape. How does his cape go? It just comes around the back, sort of like that. It's like a shawl kind of thing. Okay, he's got a shawl. And he's got a bunch of cool shit on his hands, but that's not my problem. Well, it is my problem. I have to draw that. So then he's got like a big sleeve, comes out like this. Then it shrinks into this. Let me go around his elbow. And then we've got... what angle is it on his hand? That is... behind his hand. Wait. Oh shit, how do hands work? How do you hold a golf club? Hold on, I'm doing hand math. That is the back of his hand. Okay. Alright. So we need a square there, and that's him holding the golf club. We then have another square here. The other part of his gauntlet. Then we just connect the two of them. Boom. Okay. We also have the other hand up here, but don't worry about it. We'll deal with the golf club later. Which would be behind... oh, it'd be behind the ear. Wait. How would the ear play into that? Yeah, it is behind the ear. Okay. Let me just delete the ear. Let me just delete an ear. Because we need to have the hands holding the golf club. Doesn't have to be perfect. It's a meme. Memes are great, but I don't need to give perfect art to do a meme. Then how does the rest of his armor work? What is going on here, bud? Got a belt. Comes in there. He goes like, you know, he's doing the golf thing. It's all like that. I normally wouldn't trace, but I will not put that much effort into fun meme, ha ha ha. And then I don't know what the rest of it looks like, but I assume it's a like tunic thing. I'm assuming there's a tunic present, so I'm gonna just... they usually do like the fantasy thing is usually you have like a tunic-y thing. Which just kind of look like a skirt. But listen, skirts are good. I have nothing against skirts. I like skirts a lot. I just don't know how to draw them well. Because then you basically need to try and find this leg. And I'm just going to assume he's wearing pants. Which then means that looks like, you know, gathers up over that. Leg. Leg. Feetsy. Feetsy. Feet. Pretend they are boots. Pretend as ever that they are boots. How's this looking? It doesn't look too bad, actually. Just needs to have this little bit that goes there. There'll be some... oh, right. Yeah, probably. Probably. That feels like something that they might do. So I'm willing to make that happen. I'm willing to make that happen. You basically... I don't want to have to draw a butt, though. So we'll just put that, like, you know, like here. We'll give it a slight split. Not a big one. We won't make it too long, but we'll just give him a slight split. Just because I assume that he has one because it looks cool. Because I mean, I would do the exact same. Like as soon as I get bored this summer and I start making clothes, I'm giving myself coattails. Like I'm just gonna be like, yeah, if I make a jacket, there will be a tail on it. It will split in the back. It's the cool stuff. Yeah, it will if that's like a skirt. Yeah, like it doesn't matter if it looks like a skirt. It's fine. Fantasy do be like that. Most of the time they're wearing like the tunic things, but we just put that little bit of the cut in, and it looks a bit less like. Because I don't have a full body reference of the character. This is the best I have, which is still cool. Like it's good artwork. I don't know who made it, but it's good. It's just it be what it is. Incomplete. Let's get another layer and we'll put in red. And I'm going to cheat. Oh no, it doesn't do what I wanted it to do. Ah, you bastard. You darn. Because what Psy does, I can circle here and then come down here. It does do it. It's just really shit. Wow. Ew, what? Okay. Just really inconsistent about how thick it wants to be. I want it to actually be a decently sized thing. Like I don't. Come on, bud. There we go. We got it. And then we just do that. And then we just sort of pop the golf club on the end. Pretend that I know anything about golf. Don't worry about it. I say that I am loosely familiar with golf. So there we go. That is the golf man. He is ready. We can now draw a background for the golf man to be in. From whence he yeets this poor helpless druid in his hamster ball into the void. We don't have to draw the hamster because that's just like the glow over here. So I'll be putting in the glow myself. It's just, it is what it is. So let's blow it. Because you want to basically, because you didn't yeet him directly left. He directed him up. I guess if I put the light here, I can crop it differently. Put the light like up here. And basically put the arena like here. And the ground like there-ish. Is that how perspective works? I don't think so. I don't think that's how perspective works, but you basically just put like the arena's like this, and it's like the wall ends like here. The giants are all like up here, chilling out. It's a giant arena, by the way. Like the giants are watching us be absolute fools. I think that kind of works. I don't know how to make it too fancy. At no point did I claim to be good at drawing architecture. But we are just going to be like, a little bit of rubble. It's a sandy butt, so it's not completely clean. And then I can make like a nice, decent line for this. Oh, yeah. Come on. That'll be good. That's a good line. So then if I turn off the blue, this bit is a bit busted, but it's fine. Because then you basically just copy this line. Shut up. Copy this line again and move it up. Perfect. Yeah, we'll have to crop this. So we'll just crop it now. You have to move the canvas size. I'll make it just bigger for the minute, so I'll make it 800 high. Just for a second, because then I can put him hamster balls up here, baby. Let's move this up. Oh, actually, I only want to move this bit. I can go. Yeah. Here we go. That's a bit better. There we go. That's got more of like the scale that I think makes sense for. Like, perspective be damned. It do be what it is. How do I draw an arena? Because there's like seats. Seats are here. Look at that point. I need to copy the line again for the third time to be like, hey. Pretend it's like 2 layer seating. That's seats, right? And then you just put some like, some lines in it. Be like each different seat is here. And we'll alternate it, even though that's not really how seating works in arenas typically. At least in my experience, stadium seating is all just like in it, but it's fine. Don't worry about it. I know, because if I do that, it will look like brickwork. So I think it actually would need to be just like slightly offset for perspective reasons. But more like that way. Yeah, there we go. That's a bit more in the vein of it, I think. I think that's more how seating works. I will not be drawing any giantesses watching, though there were definitely giantesses in attendance. Our party is not. Our party is weird. Well, not the party. The session that we've had for it has been an interesting adventure. Because we started off in like, I think the beginning of April was when we started the session. It was meant to be just like a one-off, but then we just kept going. And we've done how many? We've done 14 rounds so far of arena combat. And I think in that time, we've only had 1 death, which is the druid, as a result of player shenanigans. But we've had at least 3 characters leave. Either because the player left, just stopped showing up, or because we swapped. Like when I started playing, because this arena campaign was the first time I ever played D&D. I started off playing as a high elf warrior, and then I got bored because warriors are interesting. I didn't know how to play it interestingly, and we were still at very low levels, so it was a bit just kind of like, you run up and you hit things, and I'm like, well, just kind of bored. So I swapped to playing a dwarf cleric instead, and so that's what I've been playing for the rest of the time, just because that's way more interesting. Because then at least I get spells, and that's how you get the situation where I do a lot more throwing fire than I do actual spellcraft, which I think is fun. Anyway, I need to put like archers in this, don't I? I think of like the Colosseum has like the cool archers and shit. I'm gonna just put a bunch of archers everywhere. If I just copy them. It's a meme, it doesn't have to be good. It's about the vibe, which is that, the important part of this vibe is that we killed a PC by yeeting them into space in a hamster ball. The vibe is not that my art is particularly good at memorializing the event. There we go. Taller. Yay, there we go. Alright, that'll do it. And I think that's basically how that goes. So you're up the top. I can merge all of these orange layers. Merge layers. Yeah, okay. And then we'll turn the layer black. Oops. We should just do it all, huh? There we go. Excellent. Make sure all our layers are black. There we go. Okay. And then instead of having to erase anything, I'm just going to be coloring around it. So I need probably a different brush than this. But I don't know how most of my brushes look. Let's do... How's this one? No. 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 know. There are better brushes in here somewhere for this, I'm positive. They're just not the ones that are immediately on the top. This is my brush that I'm using. For that, I think, this brush. The same brush. They are identical. But they are very similar. Where's the brush set thing? In here somewhere. Ooh, no. Oh, dang it. Brushes. They changed it since the last time I used this. No. Here we go. Oh, no. Not in there. Oh, dang it. Oh, alright then. We'll just fill it in nice and sharply. Because I don't have like a good scatter brush, I don't think. Well, I guess if I just turn on scattering. Yeah, that'll make it better. We'll just turn on scattering and go a bit wild on that. Let's get like a nice orangey. That's more yellow. Orangey. There we go. Alright. Alright. Put that in there. And you get like a nice lighter color, like a lighter yellow. And we fill in the sand and dirt. Then we get a little bit of the black. We fill in. That doesn't look as good. I feel like that does not work in the same way that the other ones did. So we'll be a bit more precise on that. Black. I'll get the bottom of the end. Beep, 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 beep. Nope. Anyway, yellow. There we go. Oh, it is gonna bother me that it's coming out of the lines. I was gonna be not super precise about it, but it's gonna bother me. Just because these brushes are not as soft as I would prefer. That's okay. That's okay. If I'm not gonna do that, I might as well just turn off scattering then. Turn that off. And then we'll get a nice light colored sky. With a beautiful sky above. Wherein we yeeted a comrade off the ethereal into the ethereal plane, perhaps. Who knows? We sure don't. We don't know where he went. We don't even know he went anywhere. As far as we know, he is currently under the sand with all the other bodies that we've dealt with over time. Alright, we want to just come in here. Oh, I need the reference. I need the reference art. But it's hidden. No. Let's pull up the reference art. Pull it up, so. Here we go. Alright. Let's just pull a color and go. Because you can see his fingers. This is the important part, you can see his fingers. Oh no, wrong layer. You can see his fingers. You can see his ear, you can see his neck. And that appears to be it. Yeah, because that's his iron, right? That's iron, that's not an arm. Oh, they're bandages! Oh, that's what that is. Okay. I could not see at a distance. Alright, so that's skin. We then want hair, which is a lighter color of gray. And you want this, which is a green. It comes in here. I guess it kind of cuts it to here then, and then that's his skin tone comes in there. So silver, which is like different and darker gray, comes in here. Oh, I need to put the green in there. And then it's a gray cloak, which comes under the hair. Gray. Boom. Okay, and then it's it. Oh, it's the same shade of green, but it's fine. It's fine. We'll choose to differentiate those colors. Boom. Oh, my back. Boom. There we go. Oh, god damn it. Phone, please. Alright. I have to assume that his pants are grey. Just because that makes sense to me as a person. That I have to assume his pants are a dark color. So we'll make them the same color as his cloak, just for simplicity's sake. And then now we'll just make his shoes super dark colored. Assume he's wearing like black shoes. I don't have reference. You probably have his book on him, but do I care enough? I can't include the dragon. The dragon is present, just elsewhere. The dragon is not on his shoulder at that moment that he is doing the great crime. Do I want to include his book? Do I want to include his book? I might include his book. But it's a very small side detail. I'm gonna go a different brush for that. Usually this one, which is slightly different. So we'll just put his book in there. And then that's literally it. That's all I do. I put the book there and I just put it in brown. Leave it a little bit of that yellow. And that is a proud elven monk preparing to do great crimes. Because now we then get to do a lens flare. Isn't there a lens flare setting in here somewhere? Did I get a lens flare? I do! Yes! Render a lens flare, please. Oh god damn it. Give me the power to lens flare! Hey! Raiders! There are raiders! Hello, Ryder Greg! Hello, friends that are present and coming with him! I hope you all had fun doing, I believe it's word sprints that you all do on your streams. I hope you all had fun. Got a lot of work done, whatever it is that you were working on. I'm in raid! Hope you're all having a lovely time. You have entered at an interesting time. Simply because there's a lot happening. Well, there's not a lot happening, it's just something strange is happening. Okay. I'm trying to make a lens flare happen. How do I make lens flares happen in here we go. Oh. That's how lens flares work in this? Oh. Boo. That's how lens flares work. Why is that how they work? Why do they have to have some... What if I just... If I do like a tiny bit and then do the lens flare? Is it only stuck in the lens? Oh, come on. Rude. Rude. That's not how I wanted it to go at all. I wanted to just have a lens flare. Oh, god damn it. We have to... Oh, well, hold on. If I just flatten it, I'll just flatten it. Yeah, I need to pull it apart, I think. Not clicking done? No, because well, can you actually see me doing all the settings? Because I can't remember if Streamlabs actually shows... Oh, that's not it. If it actually shows the thing. Because there is actually a menu that comes up, but I don't think Streamlabs shows it. Hold on. Let me check. Yeah, you can't see my menu. The Streamlabs, like the actual like lens flare Photoshop thing is coming up. The issue that it is that it's keeping the lens flare action only in here. Like it's basically clipping masked to this, which is not what I want. So what I'm doing instead is I'm going to merge layers, copy Control C, Control V, and I'm going to do a lens flare on this layer instead. Because now, hey, here we go. There we go. We got it. Yep. Alright, see you, James. Thank you for dropping by, even for a little bit. Let's get this lens flare and get it big. Oh god. I'm sorry you all can't see the actual lens flare because of how the menus work. Because Streamlabs is very finicky about what it wants to actually capture. And I could do desktop capture, but I am a very speedy mover between things, so I decided not to do desktop capture instead. We only do window capture here, so you can't see me fiddling with this. But boom! Boom! We've got a lens flare. We're gonna save that. And now I'm gonna try and get the impact font to work properly. Because now I need to do the meme part, where I explain what the meme is. I want it to be in white. So I believe his name is Fiven spelled like that, but I don't actually know. I am gonna check. I'm gonna make it pretty big. Let's make it 72. So we've got Fiven. I think. How do I spell his name? Also, I'm checking Discord for a second. I need to confirm the character's name. Because it is written down somewhere. Here it is. Yeah, okay, his name is spelled Fiven like that. Boom! Okay. Here we go. So we got Fiven. And then we have our druid. Which, can't see that text. Don't worry about it. Give me a second. I'll make it work. Because now, I want... Here we go. Alright. Oh, you can't see this either. Ah, shit. God damn it. You can see the effects though. You can see me fuddling around. I need to... Here we go. Yes, here we go. Perfect. Here we go. That's basically what I want, isn't it? That's how, like, the meme font works. It's impact, and then you, give it a black border. Fiven, our druid. Yeet. So I want to reposition... I think I want to reposition the lens flare a bit. So I'll have to, redo that. That's fine. You want to render lens flare. Is that slightly better? Yeah, I think that's slightly better. Boom. I feel like that is a successful shenaniganery. I feel like that is... I have succeeded in my goal of immortalizing the death of our druid. It is a fitting, you know, memorial to him. It's not. It's not a fitting memorial at all. The unfortunate thing is I don't actually know the character's name because we haven't really been role-playing much. So, I'm sure he had a name, but, you know, oops. I need to find the meme channel to put this in. What meme channel does it go in? I'm just going D&D memes. Y'all. What channel do I put my memes in? I should probably do that afterwards. I'll post the meme to the people who will understand the meme after the stream, I think. But that is a successful meme. I think. I feel like that works. For the context, we put our druid and a jackal boy in a hamster ball and yeeted him into space, and he disappeared and maybe died. So that's it. That's all we did. That's what we did to him. It wasn't deliberate, or we didn't intend to kill him. We did intend to send him into space. You know, as you do. but it was not an intention. It was not murder. It was manslaughter. Now back to the art that was the thing. Oh, jeez. I need to name some layers. Hold on. I need to be organized and name my layers. Otherwise I will get confused, and then I will be lost, and then I will draw things on the wrong layer again. It's a very fine line. Because we were just trying to send him up, because the thing with the Fate of Force is that you basically don't feel anything inside. Well, that's what we assumed. We assumed you don't feel anything on the inside. You get bounced around a bit, but it's fine. So it was just him coming up and then coming back down. He wasn't supposed to stay up there. In my defense, I was not the one who yeeted him into space. The dwarf cleric was not the one who did that. She was prepared to. She had a spiritual weapon and a big hammer. She was prepared to. She was gonna full golf club and go, or like I guess more like crochet. You know, the hammer mallet thing. She was gonna mallet it, but her turn was not first because we were still in initiative order. So it was the monk who magic missile just went. Whoop, there it goes. So it wasn't my fault. I did not do it. I am not responsible for the death of the cleric. I swear on my honor. I swear upon the god Moradin, who is my patron. By his guidance, I would never commit manslaughter against an ally or murder. I would never intentionally cause the death of a friend. These are just simple facts about my character, I guess, which will be difficult to uphold, depending on how the story goes. Because I believe what the DM told us is that at level 20 we're meant to fight each other, and that's going to be fun, because my character will not want to do that at all. Like, she will not want to fight them. She's a cleric, for fuck's sake. She'll just firestorm them and they'll take like 20 damage and she'll go, well, that was my only gambit. That's all I had going for me, was you all failing a dexterity saving throw and taking a bunch of damage. I'm useless now, so make it painless, please? That's basically all she has going for her in terms of combat, so she'll be having fun at the Battle Royale, such that it exists. Ooh, it didn't select that one properly. Give me the hair. Oh, I need to pump it the color if I do that. No. Yes, you can. Oh, you're on the wrong button. Dang it. Mean Photoshop. I mean, now we're back to the non-meme art, which is the one that... I'm not being assessed on the art's quality, but I am being assessed on its presence, so it needs to be there. Let's put... Will we separate them out? I think we'll separate them out. So we'll go fringe up here. And there is a sword, but I'll draw the sword later. Oh, damn it. I keep wanting to be able to flip the canvas temporarily. Because, like, inside you can just flip the canvas, but it doesn't, like, render as an action. But in order to flip the canvas in Photoshop, it is, like, a full thing. And I'm like, I don't want to actually flip the canvas permanently, though. I just want to quickly see if this looks even remotely sensible from the opposite angle. And it's like, well, no. I'm like, Big mini poop. Mini. Yeah. Okay. Because I really want to... Actually, I'm going to Control F. I'll Control H even. Is that not the flip button? Oops, shit. Is Control H not the flip? What's the flip one? Here we go. Here we go. Flip against horizontal. Mostly just the face is a bit messy, but that's fine. I can fix the face proportions. I have not done the face proportions yet, so that's okay. Well, I have, but I can change them fairly easily. Boom. Oh god. How does hair work? Oop, oop, hydrate, hydrate. Hydrate. Sweet water. As long as I don't drown, it's fine. Hope everyone is having a good day, productive or having fun, either or. Having fun is productive, just not in the way that my university would mark. My university unfortunately does not consider having fun. What, you can? You can open a second view? Hold on. Where's new view? Where's new view? I don't remember being able to see it once. Where's new view? There is new view. You'd think it's in view, but apparently no. Workspace? New workspace? No, not new workspace. Range? Oh, new window. New. Oh shit, I have a busted mouse, sorry. Because you can open it twice. I know that. I'll close 5 for a second. Because then you basically just pop these out. You pop them out. I don't have much screen real estate, which is a problem. Oop. You make that smaller. Which I will, because it needs to be able to fit on screen. Make that a small boy. Oop, my mouse is dying. I do window management with my mouse, because otherwise I start to go a wee bit off on. If I put that there, open it, you can flip. Is it just... Oh, wait. Because you don't do the image rotation flip. Because that flips them both. But there's under the view, there is an option for flip horizontal, but I can't touch it. I can't use it. Which is weird, because I should be able to. Fit on screen. No, that's not the button I wanted. No. God damn it. I meant to fit in your window. Ah. God, my mouse is dying. Stop it. I want you to be tiny. Please. Thank you. Because there is an option under view to flip, but you can't see me doing that. Stop dying. Oh my god. Mouse. Stop it. Hold on. If I swap to... Hold on. Let me swap to desktop capture. 1 second. Allow me to swap briefly, because you can't see my bit to the west. Display capture. Add source. Oh, right. Display capture's broken. Never mind. That's not gonna work, is it? No, that's not gonna work. Shit. Damn it. Because he's broke. Display caption no function. Hi, damn Stretch. Sorry, I'm technologically troubleshooting because I'm trying to make something work and it doesn't want to. And my mouse keeps breaking. Flip horizontal view Photoshop. Let me Google it. Allow me to Google it. Open the image. Nope, that's the wrong one. No. Yes. Yeah. It's a little bit frustrating because it doesn't want to work obviously. Because I found the button that does it, but it doesn't want to work. Because there's a button and it's not clickable. And so I can't do the thing that I want to do, which is basically I want to flip this canvas here so that the character faces that way, but I can't because it doesn't work for some reason. I don't know why. The button is grayed out. It does not work. That is deeply, deeply frustrating. It doesn't work. My thing broken. This is actual Photoshop. For once in my life, I am using a genuine copy. Why has this happened? Because it doesn't work. That's annoying. Well, having a little version of it is still useful, even if I can't get it to flip like I want it to. Because at least then it's like, I can see the small changes at a big scale, which is very useful still. So, you know, I'll make do. I don't know why it's broken. It might be because I had to turn off a, oh, I know what it might be. I think I know why it doesn't work. Because I had to turn off a feature in order to get Streamlabs to even capture Photoshop correctly. Because there's like a, what is it called? It's called something. It's like advanced rendering or something. And I had to turn it off because it wouldn't capture otherwise. So, I don't remember what I turned off. Something about, like, using my graphics processor properly? I don't know. It was rough. Tried to had a short nap. Had full cooked breakfast. Ooh! That sounds very nice. Just a lovely meal. I'm about to sleep for 4 hours after. Oh god. That is also a mood. That is also a mood. I don't get enough naps. I should take more naps. Alas. Alack. My maps. Because I had to get up for uni at an actual, like, decent time for people, which is like, you know, I had to get up at like 10:30. I'm like, ugh. Disgusting. And I was like, well, it's okay, because the class goes from, you know, 11 until 1, and then it went until about 11:50, and I was like, well, alright then, that's, well, now what am I supposed to do with my time? And the answer is I should have gone taken a nap, but I didn't. So I have been awake. Which is probably good. Because I was worried I was going to get an email from a teacher at some point, because I'm expecting one. But he has not replied yet, which is unfortunate. It's been an interesting week for communication with people who are in authority over me. Which is to say, they don't communicate well. Neither do I, but it's their job. God, what a week. What a weekend. In between 9 and 12, today woke up 6. Oof. Ooh, yeah. No, going back to bed for 4 hours, that's completely reasonable at that point. Because I normally get out of bed at 1 p.m. So if I woke up at 9 o'clock randomly, I would go back to bed. I would be like, yep, alright. I'm going back to sleep. I'm not doing this. This is not the life I've chosen for myself, to wake up at 9 in the morning if I don't have to. We sleep in this household. Which is good. I'm glad that I'm actually able to do that. If I could get more than 6 hours sleep a night, that would also be good. But that's my problem. Hungry so you can go back to sleep immediately. Yeah, that doesn't help. It does not help at all. Let's just put the... Even though you can't actually see this bit of hair at all, I'm gonna put it in anyway. Because I'll know it's there. Yeah, it's part of the whole thing. Yep. Went to bed around 2:30 and was awake just after 6 for some weird reason. Couldn't back to sleep. Just as ready to go to sleep, my alarm went off. Oh no. I hate that. I hate just waking up for no reason. Sometimes it's because of like dreams and just like, yep, it's time to be awake now to think about this. I'm like, I don't really want to think about it. But sometimes it is just like, why am I awake now? Unclear. Brain has decided it's time to go, and I'm like, well, I guess I can't argue with that. Oh yeah, that's a good thing from working from home, is just get to chill. I'm not employed, and I only have uni on 3 days, like an online class of uni, so I don't have to do anything most days of the week, which is very nice. I mean, I would like money, but I'm a full-time student, I can't handle that. There's pressure involved, I can't handle that. Can I make the selector big, please? Let's make that big. Expand. 2 pixels. There we go. Beep, beep. There we go. Excellent. There are some missing bits, but that's okay. Quickly nab those. This is only the front part. There's an entire back side of the hair, but it will be shaded slightly differently. For reasons. Yeah. Yeah. I don't think I'd be able to do it. It doesn't help that, you know, I've never had a job. So getting employment, not an easy task. You know, like, well, shit. So that'll be a whole other situation to deal with. Yeah. Well, the government pays for my, because I have like they pay for my degree. I mean, I have to pay them back eventually, but they do pay for my degree. They don't pay for me to survive during it, but I live at home, so it's okay. I don't have bills to pay. It would be nice to have, you know, cash of some kind on hand, just in case I want to do stuff. So, you know, it's not like I need to do anything at the moment, so I'm like, yeah, it's mostly fine. It's mostly fine. Oh, damn, I wish we had that. That would be very nice. We do technically have student allowances, but you have to apply for it, and I didn't realize it was available until the start of this year, and I went, well, I'm in my 3rd year of uni. My degree is nearly over. It's a bit late to start claiming benefits, unfortunately. I don't think that's how that works. Because you're meant to apply like when you start studying, but I didn't know it existed, so I did not apply. And I'm like, well, the money would have been nice, but I guess technically I didn't need it. So I guess maybe it's for the best that maybe it's better that they keep that I did not claim money that I did not need. Leave the money to the people who actually need to have that extra help to keep afloat during study. It does look a little bit weird. That won't be the permanent thing. It's just so that I know that's like the way it works. It's all temporary shading at the moment. There's a lot going on. Yeah, they didn't prepare me for university particularly well at my high school. I was not prepared for that. Like, I think the closest my school got to actually preparing me for anything is they gave me a tax file number, but I had to do that myself because I got a shit ton of inheritance, and they were like, hey, you're gonna have to pay tax on that, and I'm like, how do I do that? And they're like, if you come to the careers office, I'll give you a form, and you take that home and fill that out with your dad, who's an accountant, and I'm like, yeah, alright. Fair enough. So I'm like, well, didn't really learn a lot there about much, but it's fine. It's fine. If they had told me about benefits, that would have been nice, but I guess they assumed that most of us were employed. Because if you have employment, you're not eligible for any kind of benefit, I think. Like from the government. So it's basically for full-time students who cannot be employed as they do it, or do not earn over a certain amount of income, and, well, I was unemployed, am unemployed, so I'm like, well, I could have claimed it, but I didn't know it existed, so too bad. I'm like, damn it! It was very annoying to find out. But, oh well. On the off chance that I end up going for a second degree before I turn 25, I'm technically eligible for the second one. I can go for it then if I'm still unemployed, but we'll see how that goes. If I decide to go back for a second degree, just because I'm like, this degree kind of sucked. I'd like a do-over. We'll see. It's all up in the air at this point. Uni is weird. It's been fun, but also an absolute nightmare to deal with, and I wish I'd known how to do anything before I'd come. Because that might have been nice. Like, I don't know, how to select your units, how to change your degree if you decide that it's not working for you, where the people are, how to talk to the people, what emails to send to people to get the thing that you need, how to ask for an extension. All of these very useful things that I did not know. I'm like, well, that would have been nice. Low income education area. Residents have no help from home regarding further education. We've got nothing from school. Nice. Oh, it's nice that your mum was able to help everyone who was like interested. It's good to be able to, like, you know, if you have the skills and knowledge to help the people, to help them get the thing that they need / want. But I'm from what we call a mortgage belt. This is very like middle income, middle classy area. So we don't know what benefits are. We have no idea what that means. The people in this area here sent a link and they sort of groan and like roll their eyes, and I'm like, well, beans. Beans. So that was never gonna come up. Like, there were obviously kids who went to my high school who were not in great positions overall. Like, I think one of the kids that I went to school with actually left home at some point, which, given that we were like, you know, 17, is pretty hardcore. But, you know, it was mostly just like, yeah, we don't have to teach you a lot of stuff. If you're disadvantaged, we'll talk to you specifically, but we're not going to tell everyone about all of these things that are available, because why would we? Most of them don't need it. Like, well, yes, but I also don't know if I need it, do I? I need to be informed that it's of options. I can go, Yeah. Yeah, the careers counselors, they don't do anything. My careers counselor did not help me at all. The only thing that my careers counselor did to help me was she actually drove me to uni once to attend like a thing. But the issue was that it was a thing about IT, and I'm not doing an IT degree. So that was, you know, that was whatever. It was nice of her to do. I could have gotten there on my own. I could have asked my dad to drive me or something, but it was like a school trip. She was like, yeah, I'll take you. It's like, okay, thanks. But in terms of actually getting my everything sorted, was not helpful. Did not help me out particularly well on that. Which, you know, too much recommunication, jobs, etc. Yeah. I think the main thing is they needed to tell us that these things existed and that there's no shame in needing extra help. Because I think that might have helped a bit as well. Especially because, like, my last year of high school was not particularly pleasant for a lot of reasons. No, like, nothing, like, bad happened. I was just having a bad time. Like, mentally, it was just like, yep, this sucks. This is bad. Bad time. And having that extra support of, like, hey, you know, it's okay, right? Like, the government has systems in place. We have systems in place. You can, we're going to introduce them to you. We're going to have, like, a nice little, like, one-off workshop where we teach you about, like, you know, here's all these things available to you, or like, hey, if you're unemployed and you're going to university, there's an entire thing you can get where you get money every fortnight that you study. I'm like, holy shit. And you need to tell us. Because I didn't know it existed until the start of this year, when the government was like, hey, everyone on this benefit gets $700 as a one-off stimulus payment. And I'm like, what? That exists? There was a benefit the whole time? Just panic. I briefly considered applying, but then I realized that it really is not intended for me to claim at this point. I've missed the boat, and I'm like, damn it. Word. Oh well. It's all, you know, shame in the past, but not much I can do about it except just keep on keeping on in the present. Yeah. Yeah, so ours is too about our student loans. You don't have to pay them back until you hit a certain income threshold. So, I don't have to pay mine back, but it is accruing interest. It is going up. And I do not have income, so I cannot pay that back in any form. So that's, you know. Oop. Yeah. And studying full-time most of the time because they know world and her family, all loans are bad. Yeah, some groups just don't really like, because you know it's benefits, like it's getting a handout from the government. I'm like, no, would have been actually quite helpful to do that, because then I wouldn't have had to keep asking my parents, hey, buy me this for school. I could have like, okay, I need this for school, here it is. I could have bought the things that I need and also like saved money to buy the things that I want instead of spending want money on need. I don't know. There's stuff, and it would have been nice. But at least like the fact that I could claim the loan for like they pay my degree until I can afford to pay it back. At least I knew about that, which is the bare minimum. Oh wow, that is shaggy. But it's based on me, so it should be shaggy. There's a lot of hair going on. God. Hair. I really like rendering hair, or at least like drawing it in. I just love having to do all these like little tufts. It's always really fun to do. Like it is probably my favorite part, and like of most of like the characters that I've drawn, the hair is usually where it's obvious I've put the most attention into because it has like the most layers of color. Because I just really like drawing hair. Even though I'm probably not, I'm like, the three-dimensionality of it is a whole other issue that I'm not equipped to handle, but it looks neat, and that's what's important. It looks cool. And I'm probably going to keep this entire artwork fairly simple, shading-wise, just because there's a light source going in, and every time I do funky light sources, things go horribly wrong, so I need to try and compensate by, keeping it simple. Draw more, more art, more creativity and more fun stuff. Because like for this assignment, I could have kept it, I could have like, you know, just done some like collage, because I have a bunch of old artworks that I could collage together and that could be the image, but I'm like, I want to actually have fun. So I'm going to draw something fun. And this is literally, the sole purpose that this image exists as it does is that it looks like me and I want to use it as an icon. Like my Discord icon is currently the work in progress version of this, because I'm like, this looks cool and I want to look cool. I want to look cool online. So I'm going to change my icon to this when I finish. That's pretty much the whole reason for doing it, that I have that extra reason to be like, yeah. Oh, how am I going to do how am I going to do that? Ooh, I'm thinking about layers now. Gotta finish your map first. Yeah, I still haven't updated my map on World Anvil, and I finished that map drawing like 2 weeks ago. Oh my god. I need to actually upload them all. Okay, so the sleeves are in the front. I guess I have to put the sleeves on a separate layer to the rest of the shirt. There's the shirt there, there's the shirt in the middle, but then there's also the sleeves, but the sleeves go over the tunic, so I need to put them on a separate layer, I think. There's a lot of layers. One day I might get around to pinning my map. My map has a bunch of pins on it, but I need to actually fix the image underneath it, because I'd made some changes to, I had to fix a river delta that didn't look correct, and I had to, well I didn't have to, but I had to like make some changes to some topography stuff, because all my maps are topographic, because I don't understand how to draw mountains properly, so I just draw a bunch of squiggles and like shapes and then just pretend. So I had to fix the topography for something to make something make a little bit more sense, and I haven't updated it yet, and I have a lot of maps to fix because of how the maps work. I'm like, panic. Big fear. Tremendous fear. Yeah. True, yeah. The map makers make it very easy to just like, because they have the mountains already. But I like making my own, and because I can't draw mountains, I just do topographic maps. Like if I can pull one up, hold on. Where is it? This one. So I do topography maps. So it has like, you know, the cool like ripples out. And I like this style a lot. I need to actually update another map to have this color scheme because it looks really nice. But like, I like topography. Especially if I don't assign the colors any numbers. If I don't say how high it is, I don't have to worry about it. I can just be like, yeah, so the darker brown is the tallest point, and the dark green is the lowest point, but I'm not going to tell you how low and how high. It does look a bit like a thermal map, yeah. I took the color scheme from like someone who posted in the Discord at some point, and I changed it slightly. I do like it though. I think it looks neat, so I'm like, yeah. But like, this is the lowest point, this is the highest point. I don't know how big that gap is. Like, I don't know how far away those points are. I don't know how, like, high that is. It could be any distance. I'm gonna just close that so I don't have to see that. Hey Riku! Thank you for the follow! Having a lovely day. I need to pop in a layer here, which will be shirt, base, bass, base, shirt, base, go there. Yeah, if it doesn't matter how tall it is, it doesn't really, it's not important. Having said that, now that I think about it, I have actually defined how tall one of them is. Ah, shit. Because if I check, why have I been double beeped? Oh, you're hosting the stream. Thank you for the host, Riku, as well. Alright, I don't get host notifications on my phone for some reason. I defined yellow as 2 kilometers. So this is at minimum 2 kilometers tall. This is probably something like 4 kilometers tall. But what does that mean? I don't know. Don't worry about it. I'm just not gonna concern myself with that knowledge. Someone else can do the math if they want, but I'm not. I'm not doing the math. Disgusting. I went to I did 2 math subjects in high school so that I wouldn't have to do math ever again. I got it out of my system. Is 4K higher than Everest? Uh-oh. Oops. I thought Everest was like 8K. The thing is that I basically have no system for distinguishing how tall a mountain is because mountains in Australia are not tall. Like, hold on, let me see. How tall is Mount Dandenong? Because I've been to Mount Dandenong. How tall is Mount Dandenong? It is. No, I want the actual mountain, please. How tall is Dandenong? How tall is the mountain? No, I want the actual mountain, please. Oh, that's totally fine. I totally understand. Oh god, why is it being mean? I just want to know how tall the Dandenongs are. How tall is Dandenongs? Here we go. Yeah, okay. So the Dandenong ranges are about 600 meters tall. So, you know, oops. Yeah, I'm from Australia. I'm from Melbourne, which is Victoria. It's in the southeast. And so I live very close to the Dandenong Ranges, and that's the that's it. That is it. That's it. It's 600 meters tall. Oh, I'm trying to think. Oh, what was the mountain I went to in New Zealand? Oh, how big is that? How high is Lake Taupo? Hold on. How high is Lake Taupo? Nope, not Tahoe, Taupo. Feet? Why? Why do you do this to me? Okay, so it's 300 meters tall. Okay, so mountains are not big in this part of the world. So, like, I've probably been to bigger mountains, but in context, they feel pretty short. Yeah. In your country, there's oh wow, that is a tall mountain. Yeah, and the tallest mountains in the UK are definitely in Scotland. They are in the Outer Hebrides or something. They're in there. They're tall boys. God, that is a tall mountain. That's Spain, isn't it? Right? Am I remembering correctly? I'm trying to remember the map. Oh no, I had to separate these out. Oh no. Foiled again. Hands go above the shirts. Ah. Yeah, okay, cool. Because I don't know much about European geography, unfortunately, so I'm like, I know that the Alps exist, but they're not islands. So presumably, this is a separate thing. Mennevis, okay. Yeah. Big Scots boy. Big Scot mountain go bush. I'm like, wow. Anything above a kilometer is already too tall for me to comprehend in terms of scale. Like, hold on. Now I'm gonna have to do another bit of math. Hold on, how tall is the Eureka Tower? How tall is Eureka? Eureka. Okay, so I've been 300 meters up. So I know roughly what I'm doing, so it's fine. I've been 300 meters up, and that's it. I am sorry. I'm only capturing Photoshop. I'm not capturing Chrome because I only do window capture. Display capture doesn't actually work on my computer for some reason. So what we're working on is we're literally just coloring in this character. But we briefly discussed maps because I like my map. My map is cool. I think my map is cool. Okay, so this is shirt face. I need to put the sleeves. Oh no, I need to put this in first. So this is the side of the shirt, which sort of comes in here. Yeah. This is the actual image, isn't it? Hold on. Hold on. Let me zoom out. So, oop, god damn it, my mouse. Why? Yeah. So currently, this is the current state of progress on the image that I'm working on currently. Because the way that I do it is like, I work in like a very like blocky style. The red line is going to be shading. I just picked a default color for the minute. Ooh, posture check. Yeah. So, this is the current state, but it will eventually look something along the lines of this. This is the sketch that I did for it. So it'll have fancy coloring and everything. But for the minute, it is just the rough layers for the second. The tallest mountain from the ocean floor is, I'm pretty sure, Mauna Kea. Well, on Earth, specifically. On Earth, specifically, it's Mauna Kea in Hawaii. I'm not pronouncing it correctly. I can't pronounce Hawaiian words, unfortunately. You just didn't say Mona. It's Mona? It's one of... Yeah, yes, I did get the posture check. I have corrected my posture as best I can. Yeah, I mean, all of the Hawaiian islands are volcanoes, or were volcanoes. But, because they're like spot volcanoes, where it, like, the spot moves, and then it goes like doot, doot, doot. And so they all used to be volcanoes. That's why they're so big, because they go straight from the bottom all the way to the top. It's wild. And there's a whole bunch more below the surface of the water that didn't get as tall. Oh god. Mountains are cool. I don't have a lot of spot volcanoes in my world, unfortunately. I think I implied a couple, but I didn't, oop, wrong layer. But I didn't really, like, plan it out much, because I don't have a good spot for them, unfortunately. Shirt base, yeah. Hawaii is a volcano. Well, yeah. They all were, like, hotspot volcanoes at least once. Because some of them are, like, dormant as hell. I think a couple of them are extinct. It kind of depends. There's a bunch of them. Because there's, like, what, like, 15 Hawaiian islands? It's fine. I definitely, yeah. Yeah. I had a couple of islands that I drew into the other map, because there's two different maps for the world, because there's two different continents for it, and there is an implication that they look sort of similar to hotspot volcanoes, but I don't think that actually makes sense given how geography works, so it doesn't really matter. I've decided to ignore it. And then, yeah, and then it come up in the story, so it's like, it's fine. Yeah. Yeah, the spot stays, everything moves around it. Good, easy. It just keeps going. They are very cool though, and they are very pretty. Of course, I've never been to Hawaii, but you know. You see enough pictures, I'm like, dang. Beautiful islands. Everything seems nice. Shame about the poverty, etc. This is, I'm gonna say arms. This is just shirt arms. Shirt arm. Because this will go, it'll have to go above the shirt, but I'll have to mess with the side to make sure that that makes sense. And the fact that these two bits aren't connected is going to bother me, but I have to kind of separate them out for like reasons of layering. Because it's significantly easier to have these two layers not connect than to have to cut a huge hole out of the blue one, I think. Wait, so shirt arms need to go above the hands. There we go. Okay. And then I did have an idea for how I was going to handle the hands. It was going to be a string that was going to tie it in place. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be like that. It can just be a tight shirt. And perhaps it should be. Oh yeah, I don't understand tectonics of... That's why I made my settings so there's no tectonics. My setting is dragons made everything. Shut up. That's how my setting works. I can ignore it if I say, but magic though. Someone goes, wait, how did this lake form? And I'm like, shh. Shh. Dragons. The dragons did it. Doesn't have to make scientific sense. There are dragons. We have magic. The gods are real. I don't have to explain anything to you. Or Ice Age, yeah. Yes, in universe, like, if it was scientific, it's probably an Ice Age is the reason it's there. But, like, you know, it's dragons. Dragons did it. Dragons made everything. They're the ones who brought the mountains up from the seafloor and made the lakes. It owns. That's my excuse. That's it. And then with their magic, they fill the lakes with water, and I'm like, yeah, thank you for providing me an excuse to draw whatever looks cool, not whatever makes sense. Not that planetonics are bad, like, obviously people who actually world build those are cool as hell and incredibly smart, I envy them a lot. But I'm not scientifically minded, so I leave that to the smart people. Yeah. It can still be useful. It can still be a useful thing to think about, but, like, you know, sometimes shit's just complicated, so we leave it. I'm not a science individual. I did not do well in the science class. Put it this way, I dropped out of physics because I nearly failed physics, and the only reason I didn't is they basically took pity on me because they said, hey, we'll only let you drop the class if you pass. And so I put in the bare minimum effort required to pass the first semester of physics class in year 11, and then I disappeared and just stopped doing that. So it was not good at physics. They pitied me significantly because they knew I was a decent student otherwise, that I just really didn't want to be in a physics class. Just wasn't doing it. Just like, yeah, no, it's fine. Just pass the class and it's fine. It's like, but if I'm failing it, I'm also not doing well. So maybe no. Oh, fucked up rivers. My rivers probably aren't that... They don't split, at the very least. My rivers don't split. That's the one that people hate, is if you have your rivers split, like if they, like, the mountain's here, the ocean's here, the river splits. Ooh, they hate that. They hate when you do that, and I love it. It's like, you know, if splitting rivers is the equivalent of mentioning vulgar lang in the lexicographer, in the fictional languages channel in the Discord. Everyone's like, oh, everyone panics. The alarm sounds. Battle lines are drawn. We begin the war. Okay. Get these bits. There we go. Alright, there's arms. Congratulations. You have arms now. Hey! Yeah. Ponies in my will as the ordinary pants never. Yeah. The 2Bs for GCSE English not even trying. Messed around in class, it's still new at all. I got results. I could have at least got an A if I tried. Yeah. I mean, I think if I had tried, I could have done decently in physics. I just did not want to. I was like, Miss, listen, I hate being here. I only stuck around for as long as I did because I had friends in the class. And I actually kept coming to class a little bit after I dropped it just to hang out with them because I had a free period now. But eventually they kicked me out. And I was like, yeah, that's fair. Okay, yeah. So deltas are cool, but that's not usually the river splitting that people are thinking of. Because like, okay, so river, oh, look, this is the mountain range. This is the ocean. What they're thinking about is if you've got like a river that comes like here, nice simple river, and then it just fucking goes off over here and comes all the way back around. This is not a delta. This is not a delta. What they want you to do more is like, you have that, and the river splits like here. Right? It's a slightly different type of split. This is the split that the map makers loathe. They hate when you do this. They don't like it. I need to erase that. Hold on. They hate it. Well, okay, yeah. I'm not drawing it well, but the general concept. I'm in the right track. If I came to a map maker with the delta doing this bit, they'd at least look at me like, okay, maybe it's autistic. Maybe I'm exaggerating so that you can actually tell it's a delta, It's fine. This could be a deliberate artistic thing, but sometimes they just like, oh no. Yeah, at the water and after. Yes, and it sort of spreads out. The deltas are weird. You just look at the Nile and go, okay, I just copy the Nile. Or I just futz around. Again, I've got dragons in my world, I can mess around. Used to love physics, wanted to be an astronomer, then I had yeah. I think part of the reason that physics stopped being interesting for me is that my teacher that year was not great. She was not helping it at all, really. Because like when I was like 8 or something, I was super into science. And then in between like 8 and like 15, something happened. I mean, my streams tend to wander. Consider this penance for me not streaming on Saturdays. We get to talk about everything else except what we're doing. Because I can only talk so much about the art that I'm making, because it is literally just self-insert nonsense. The way that we finish talking about geography is that I eventually have to end the stream. That's how it ends. Because I will be finishing up soon. Because it is nearly midnight, and usually at midnight, my time. Bearing in mind, this is a AEST, baby. Time zones do be like that. The stream will end soon, within like a couple minutes, but the conversations wander as they usually do. I'm not good at keeping things on topic. I've never heard of a topic in my life. I come in with an idea of like what I want to work on, and then from there we go. Like, I think I spent two streams talking about Doctor Who. And I haven't even seen Doctor Who. So that was... Why am I saying it Doctor? Doctor Who. Sorry. The accent slipped. So, it was... Nothing prevents me from talking about anything. No, we're not doing it again. I'm just saying that it happened. I'm just saying that it happened. We're not doing it again. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Yeah, so you're all in Europe, or yeah. Well, hold on, wait. Let me do the time zone math. A couple of you are in Europe. 7 a.m.'s America, though. No? Wait. Shit. Oh, you're looking forward to the Doctor Who chat part 3. Wait, oh yeah, because I can't see because the arms are there. Oh, layers, I hate them. West Coast Canada, that's it, yeah. Sorry, I couldn't remember. There's a lot of people. I'm doing my best. I'm like, time zones. I know that it's the PM, it's afternoon in Europe, and I know it's the morning in America, in like the continent of America, and that's as far as I get. I don't learn anything more than that. I know what British time it is. If I do the math. If I do the math, I can figure it out, but I don't want to do the math. Yeah, let's get that. Oh wait, with that, well, hold on. How would it? I think it just goes like in there a little bit. So I guess it's a little bit of a bulge. I probably should have drawn the belt in first. Now that I think about it, the belt should probably have been drawn first. But that's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but you stream in the evening, the dark hours. It is a dark hours stream for you. And like, I mean, I'm streaming it from 10 p.m. until midnight, just because that is the most convenient. 10. Well, actually, yeah, 9. I'm 9 hours ahead of the UK at the moment. I got confused because it's technically plus 10, but Britain is in BST, so time zone math becomes worse. Daylight savings makes everything worse and has little value. Maybe. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna make this the swoopy. Yeah, perfect swoopy. I got it. I love the swoopy. I'm gonna finish the swoopy and then I'm gonna call the stream there because it is midnight. Well, it's technically 12:02, and now Bob is streaming. So it is. Time on tradition is that I swap to Bob. I raid RPG Dinosaur Bob, and we move along. So let me just modify, expand. I'll keep working on this, but like I won't be on stream for it. Yeah. Yeah. That is progress. That looks like something. You put that in there. It's like, yeah. Yeah. We're missing the sword. No, just get rid of daylight savings time. We don't need it. I don't need it. I certainly don't. Because what happens with daylight savings time is that when it comes into effect my time, like the World Anvil streams are currently at 4 a.m. When daylight savings comes into effect in my time zone, they then start at 6 a.m. I don't like that. It's not fun. But you know, time zones do be like that. They are designed to give me nightmare. It's all awkward. Australia is fun because there are 4 different states on the East Coast, and 3 out of the 4 of them observe daylight savings time. The biggest one doesn't. Yeah, well, because currently UK is in DST. They're in daylight savings time, but then in October they turn off daylight savings time and I turn on. So I move 1 hour that way, and they move 1 hour that way. And so now we've moved 2 hours apart. It's nightmarish. Time zones are dumb. Hate them. Hate time zones. But, speaking of the time, it is midnight. And that means it is time to raid. Boop. For crying out loud. Time zones is dumb. I'm either plus 10 or plus 11. I figure it out. Yeah, so thank you all very much for coming and chatting along with me as we meme, and also I do my homework on stream. Thank you all very much. It's actually I believe it's a part of Australia that observes 45 instead of half hour. It's, yeah. I still haven't figured out a raid shout actually, but I do have a cute, come on my mouse. Oh, my mouse has actually died. Here we go. I have a cute toast emoji, and you can redeem the channel points for toast emoji, and then you can spam the toast emoji that yells at people. The spam the toast emoji and go, Rah! And that's the equivalent of my rage shout. I haven't figured out a good bread pun. Maybe get bready? Is get bready a good rage shout? Is that a good pun? We can do get bready if you want. You have like 20 seconds to figure it out. the yelly one. So, I don't know. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna get ready and we're gonna yell toast. So thank you all very much for coming. I hope you all had a fun time. We're Rain Dinosaur Bob. Goodbye.